Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Today we have for a third time on the podcast Nick Monroe. Nick, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Excited to be here.
The reason I reached out to do this third episode was you are helping to get the All American Cup started down in San Antonio. Start out telling us a little bit about it, how it got started, things like that.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, the All American Cup basically was an idea that I came up with sitting on my couch during COVID. We weren't able to play any
Okay.
tournaments, and I was literally just sitting there like, man, what are we gonna do as athletes and players? And I was like, okay, how can we get some Americans involved in a tournament?
Hmm.
And just started kind of thinking of where guys were born, how old players were, and et cetera. And it just so happened that during COVID, we had about 15, 16 guys that were in the top 100 or everyone close. And out of those 16 guys, 8 were born on the West Coast, 8 were born on the East Coast. And I was like, wow, that could kind of work out
Yeah.
to where we have an all-star type event, right? There's
Right.
obviously the all-star game or the MLB East versus the West,
Yeah.
that type of thing. And so then I figured, shoot, like we don't have a lot of team events in tennis. We have the Laver Cup and Davis Cup, which not every player gets to play, obviously.
Hmm.
But I yeah, so anyway, so now it's been almost 2 years of or year and a half of the idea kind of coming into fruition, and now it's gonna happen in San Antonio, November 11th through the 13th. So basically, what we're doing is top 5 guys are on each side, 5 from the West, 5 from the East, and then a
Hmm.
six being an alternate on each side as well. So 6 players, and then the captains being Bob and Mike Bryan, which Bob lives in Florida, Mike lives in California. So that's why Mike is the captain for the West, Bobby the captain for the East, and obviously they've never gone up against each other in anything. So this will be the
Yeah.
first time that they're duking it out. They kind of duke it out on the practice court sometimes with each other every now and then, but
Sure.
now this would be the first time in a team event. So yeah, that's kind of how
Nice.
the idea came about, was just trying to figure out ways for us to play again, and then also look to celebrate American tennis. I mean, the guys are doing so well. And I think it can just help. I want to give back to the sport. It's given so much to me. So I think it can help inspire kids, being able to go to one place and see all of these Americans and young guys, older guys doing so well.
Yeah. Yeah. And tennis has gotten so big in Texas as well. I mean, you're
Yep.
hosting this in San Antonio and
Yep.
in up near where I am in Fort Worth. We just had the Dallas Open in February, which was the first time ATP 250 event. I
Yep.
think next year in Austin is the WTA 250, and then we've got the WTA finals here in Fort Worth coming up. So
Yep.
it seems like tennis in Texas, or pro tennis in Texas at least, is kind of on the rise.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. No, it's great. I mean, it's starting to come back. Obviously, for me, being and living in Austin the last 11 years,
Hmm.
initially the first thought was having it in Austin, and we are going to do that. We're going to have our first year in San Antonio. It's such a great tennis bed there, and then we're going to
Hmm.
go to Austin the next year. So we're going to go back and forth each year, and having it over Veterans Weekend throughout each year as well. So yeah, I mean, it's just great that obviously with ATP going on in Dallas at 250, and then at the club that I train at in Austin, Westwood Country Club, hosting now the WTA 250. It's great. Growing up, or when I started my professional career, I played a couple futures in Austin and a challenger in
Hmm.
Dallas, but now having kind of mix of everything. There's still some futures in different parts, and there's a challenger, and then now having ATP, WTA, and then now this All American Cup. As you said, Texas is moving in the right direction with tennis.
Yeah. And so you just recently announced your retirement. You played the U.S. Open was your final event, and I
Yep.
think a question on everybody's mind since the U.S. Open: have you played more tennis or more golf?
Definitely not a lot of tennis. Not a lot of tennis. More golf, I would say. I've actually only gotten back on the tennis court probably 3 or 4 times since
Oh
retiring.
wow.
And it's interesting. It's one of those things where I obviously when I retired, I wanted to make sure I had no regrets, and I feel like you want to give everything you can to whatever it is, your sport. Give everything you can off the court, on the court, and I obviously still love the game. And actually, after this podcast, I'm gonna go practice, quote unquote, for about an hour and a half and hit with a player who's on the up and coming on the Futures Tour, and then try to help him out with his game and some drills. And so, yeah, it's more about now, giving back to the game with the All American Cup, giving back to players. At the end of November, beginning of December, I'll start helping and coaching Jack Sock through preseason and
Mm-hmm.
to next year, and then also still doing a lot of commentating with the Tennis Channel, and mixed in with BBC at Wimbledon and Australian Open with Channel 7 there.
Yeah.
So between the mix of commentating and coaching and the All American Cup, it's just more about helping the sport grow and giving back.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's so many ways to stay involved other than actually playing. So
Yeah,
that's good. That's good to hear.
yeah,
So back to the All American Cup. Uh, so we've got East versus West. Bob is captaining the East,
yeah,
and then Mike is captaining the West. The East, we have Tiafo, Isner, Jack Sock, Dennis Kudla, JJ Wolf. The
yeah.
West is Taylor Fritz, Marcos Giron, Jensen Brooksby, Mackie McDonald, and Steve Johnson. Starting with the East, we're going to set Jack Sock aside for a second. Who is the best doubles player in your mind for the East?
That's tricky. Obviously, I played a lot with Francis last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the amazing returns, the athleticism. It's hard to count out John Isner with his big serve, and you saw what he did with going to the finals. I believe it was in Rome with Diego Schwartzman, and doing
Yeah,
well with Koch and doing well with Jack. So he kind of showed he can play with anybody as well.
yeah,
So I think if you pair Isner and Tiafo, or we're throwing Jack to the side, but
yeah,
but again, Dennis Kudlas has some great results. He loves doubles as well. He returns so well. JJ played in college, so you can't really go wrong. If I'm
yeah,
gonna pick one player, I guess I'd have to go with Isner. I mean,
yeah,
the results kind of speak for themselves with the different partners he had this year.
yeah, yeah. I think he won the Sunshine Double with Sock and then with Hurkacz.
Yeah, yeah,
And it was amazing because after Indian Wells,
yeah,
everybody's like, "Oh, Sock's so awesome," and then Isner's like, "Well, I can do it with somebody else too," and then
yeah,
he wins it with
yeah,
Hurkacz.
yeah.
It was really, really impressive. So what about the West? Fritz, Giron, Brooksby, McDonald, and Steve Johnson.
Uh, that's tough as well.
Yeah,
I have to say, obviously, Brooksby doesn't play a lot of doubles. Mackie
true.
McDonald won a 500 with Marcelo Mello in Tokyo. Um, Marcos plays kind of here and there. Obviously, played college. Fritz has had some great doubles results. I played a lot with him with his big serve and return, and then
Mm-hmm.
see well with Sam. But if I have to pick one, um, yeah, it would probably have to be Taylor Fritz for me with his serve and his returning ability. He can kind of take your racket out of your hand with his serve and
Yeah,
returning ability. He's still improving at the net and movement, but I feel like it's hard to go wrong with the number 7 player in the world at the
yeah,
doubles. So I have to go with Taylor right now.
yeah, yeah. A lot of those singles guys, you can they can do so well in the doubles court without that movement at the net. I feel like because the forehand's just so big that you can't really poach on it. In any kind of neutral forehand, it's just
Yeah,
it's so difficult to move and to take that ball out of the air.
yeah,
Um, so I was looking through the website earlier, and it looks like y'all are going to get things started on November 10th. So there's a pro am, a kids clinic, and I think a VIP party if people want to buy tickets to
yeah,
that, where you can watch the Bryan brothers band play,
yeah,
actually, which
yeah.
sounded like a lot of fun. Talk a little bit about all the things going on the 10th.
Yeah, so on the 10th we have a pro am from 2 to 3:30 at Dominion Country Club. So that's being able to play with all of the players, right? So every single guy will be in that pro am along with the Bryans. Only person that would not be in that pro am is John Isner. He'll be helping the kids clinic with Wayne Bryan. So we have 16 spots for that pro am. So the guys, along with the Bryans, along with myself, Jackson Withrow, who's now I think he might have just cracked the top 50 in doubles. Maybe he's
Yeah.
53, and they won today. And on the commentating side, we have Ryan Harrison and Michael Russell commentating. So we're adding those two guys as well to the Pro-Am. So you basically are playing
Wow.
with some of the best Americans that obviously
Yeah.
currently in
And for
Michael
the
Russell
last decade, yeah.
playing with everyone. So that in itself is $10,000, but it also gives you VIP tickets, gives you 4 VIP tickets throughout the tournament. So for all 5 sessions, and the VIP includes your lunch, your dinner, free beer, wine. So basically, you just eat your breakfast and then come watch tennis, and we've got you the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So and then it also includes being able to go to the player party that Thursday night as well with the Bryan Brothers band. The whole team will obviously be at the party, taking pictures and whatnot for about an hour and a half. So yeah, so that's what that Pro-Am includes. And then the kids clinic, it's the Valero Kids Clinic that will be starting at 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's an hour and a half at McFarland Tennis Center. And then so that will be Wayne Bryan, John Isner, and we'll have another coach there, a few coaches from UTSA, helping
Okay.
out as well. And so yeah,
Nice.
it'll be great. Again, it's just about getting the kids involved, getting everyone being around the players, because
Mm-hmm.
obviously so well, and they've all got such great personalities. They love being around other people, and so just wanting to get people to get to know some of these top American players as well, through the
Yeah.
Pro-Am, the player party. So that's what'll be going on Thursday. Then starting Friday, we have, similar to Laver Cup-style, we have 4 matches each on Friday, 4 matches on Saturday, 3 on Sunday. So on Friday and Saturday, we're starting at 2:30. That'll
Mm-hmm.
be 2 matches, and then there'll be a night session at 7 with another 2 matches. So basically, on Friday, each match counts as 1. On Saturday, each match counts as 2. Then on Sunday, we have 3 matches. Each match counts as 4 points. So technically, if one team loses Friday and Saturday every match, they can still come back on that Sunday, because if they win all 3 matches and then we play a doubles tiebreaker to decide it,
Yeah.
then that will be the winning team. So yeah, so it'll be, we have Tennis Channel. It'll be on T2 and TC Plus at
Oh,
2:30,
good. Okay.
and then the 7 p.m. session will be on Tennis Channel on the main network.
Good.
So yeah, so that's great. We have Ryan Harrison, Michael Russell commentating, Sam Gore being the lead. He's a Tar Heel and an ESPN analyst himself, Sam Gore. So it's we have a great cast of individuals, and I'm just excited, and I think all the players, or I know all the players, are very excited. I'm getting texts from them quite
Yeah.
often, just pumped to come to San Antonio and be a part of everything.
Awesome. Yeah, the team format is just, I feel like we can't get enough of it, with Laver
Yeah,
Cup and uh just all the different kind of team formats that have come up over the
yeah,
years. And it's so much fun to watch.
yeah. I mean, as I said before, not everyone played college tennis. Not everyone gets to play Davis Cup or Laver Cup, and you know
Right.
Brooksby's just so excited because he's never been on a team. He didn't play college, and he hasn't played those other events. So
Hmm.
again, any kind of team format, we're always traveling alone, or with your coach or something. But again, you're pretty much alone. So now to be able to cheer for your teammates, I miss that from college tennis, right? Where I played at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. I'm 4 years
Yeah,
of that. And people would say, "Oh, this is gonna be the best time of your life," and you're like, "Yeah, yeah," and you're just kind of going through the motions. But you look back on it, and you're like, "Man, that was
it's
awesome."
fun. Yeah.
like the energy that it brings to every match, and then they become like your family, right? I mean, obviously that becomes your family, and so that's what we want to create. I mean, the Americans are close already as it is, but just to create
Hmm.
that extra bond, between everyone is ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun to watch. So I'm going to link to the website where people can get tickets.
Yep.
If you can't attend, then definitely watch it on Tennis Channel. Um, any final requests of the audience, Nick, before I let you go?
No final request. I mean, I think it's more just, guys, I would appreciate, come out, support the Americans. They're doing so well. We have so many guys in
Yeah,
the
they
top
are.
You see Taylor Fritz doing his thing now at 7 in the world. Francis Tiafo at 17. Everyone's just doing so well, such great people and individuals. So that's what you want to you want to support that and get to know the guys as well. I think that's one thing we're going to make sure that it's very interactive, where the players get to meet some of the fans and make it an interactive type deal. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah, bring some excitement.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rajiv Ram at number 1 in doubles too. So
exactly.
The American doubles players are making a push as well. So awesome. Well, thanks, Nick. I'm gonna let you go. Enjoy practice, and hopefully we'll get to catch up again soon.
Thanks, Will. Appreciate it, bud. Thanks,
Have
everyone.
A good one.
Okay. Bye-bye.
If you want to become a smarter doubles player and start winning more matches, then join the Tennis Tribe Doubles Strategy newsletter. Every single Thursday, I'll send you a new doubles tip or tactic that you can use in your very next match. And when you join, you're going to get a free guide on how to play with more confidence and start dominating at the net in doubles. My name's Will. I'm the founder of the Tennis Tribe, and over the last 5 years, I've worked with players at every level of the game, from USTA 3.0 players all the way to Division I college programs, as well as some of the top 10 doubles players in the world. And on Thursdays, with this strategy newsletter, I share that knowledge and advice that I've gained over the years with you. So to sign up, you can go to thetennistribe.com. And again, you'll get that free net play guide when you join.